every year I have coaches that look for me to put out my my running back rankings, right? And I talk
So,
to
so when
so
they
I
hold on, when you put
yeah.
out your rankings that these coaches are looking for, do they ever tell you that your rankings you have no idea what you're doing?
No, not at all. I
Do
will.
they?
I do
You
get.
get
Why do you have him above this guy? Right? Like
okay,
that's what those.
okay.
So those are the
So,
kind of questions
all
I
right. So
get.
let's just walk through this because some of our fans and people they tell us we have no idea what we're talking about,
Yeah.
and no one would ever,
Yeah.
ever listen to you. But yet, a lot of these coaches are actually waiting for guys like you and
Oh
I
yeah,
to
yeah.
drop our list so they can do a lot less work.
Yeah. I always get the
Well,
text, Steve. I always get the text that's, "Hey, saw Steve's list. Why is so and so here? Just curious."
Just curious. What does he see that I don't?
Yeah. What does he see? Because I'm missing something, and I know I trust
literally.
Steve. Yeah.
So it's funny. So I told you how the Niners called me about Black from Indiana, and again, I thought he ran hard. I thought he did certain things. They said that he gets up to top speed quickly. I go, yeah, but his top speed isn't that fast, right? It's not. And again, he may be fast. He may prove me wrong. I have no idea. But Bienemy calls me my guy, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I see these running back lists. What's going on?" And he's like, "Who do you like?" I was like, "Bro, I love Nebraska. I love Nebraska." I said, Emmett Johnson from Nebraska. And Steve, here goes a little history for you. When I was coming out of college, it was a bunch of us, right? I had such a good year that they created a position for All-American that year so I could be All-American because I was returning kicks and punts. I had
Slight
scored
flex.
3 different ways, right? No,
You
I'm
just
just
changed the
so I'm
rules
just
for Maurice.
No,
I'm just telling you, right?
love it.
Like,
I
I
love
returned
that.
punts and kicks,
I love it.
touchdowns. I had receiving touchdowns. I had rushing touchdowns, right?
You was a
And that's
baller in
back to
college,
when.
bro.
But that's like no one really did that. Like Reggie Bush
No.
did it a little bit, but it was really like not many others did it. And so
Yeah.
when I go back and I look, Emmett Johnson won that same award at
Oh.
Nebraska, right? And then when I watched Nebraska versus UCLA, who beat Penn State, just to put that out there, make sure Mike Robb listening he understands that. He torched us in both the running game and the passing. I think he had 100 and 100 against us. And to
Dang.
me, the last person I saw that have 100 and 100 in college was Joe Mixon. Right? And so you're talking about a kid that has the ability to play running back, be a valuable option out of the backfield. He has great contact balance. He doesn't necessarily have long speed. And again, when people they're like, well, he doesn't have long speed. I go, yeah, but it seems like when people try to tackle him, unlike Washington from Arkansas, they fall off him. He just bounces off guys, right?
Yeah.
So he has a natural contact balance. So I talked to a bunch of coaches and I talked to Bienemy, right? And I'm like, dude, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm like, look, this kid here is legit. I told the Niners about him. I told a bunch of teams about him. Like, yo, this is the guy that I think is really good. I told the Rams about him. Like, I like this guy a lot. Bienemy texts me in the 5th round. Hey, got your guy. I'm working. I'm over here with Mike Robb. We're working. I get a text where I look up Emmett Johnson across the screen. And it's like, bro, me and him had a conversation about this dude and how to utilize him. And the Chiefs take him. Now, what are the Chiefs trying to do here? Let's look at what the Chiefs are trying to do. They're trying to get back to capturing the line of scrimmage. They got away from running the ball way too much, right? So you go get Kenneth Walker. You bring him in. And Kenneth Walker had a great year last year. The only year he's been healthy in his career, though, right? And so you need to have a secondary guy that matches what he can do. Now, Kenneth Walker is way faster, more explosive, I would say, than Emmett Johnson. But Emmett Johnson can catch the ball like Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. He can run every run scheme like him. And again, you want to talk about tread on the tires. He really didn't play until 2 years ago, like halfway through the season he started playing. And so you get a guy that, and the other part about this too, James, when you have no tread on the tires, it's also like a painting, like a wall. When you paint a wall, like sometimes you get these houses, let's just use a house, like someone's lived in the house, right? So you got to go and fix it and change the house the way you want to. Well, when you buy a new construction, I don't got to do anything, right? I can make that house mine. And that's what I think when you have less tread on your tires, you don't have to undo as much as what other guys have when they played so much, right? Because again, success is not always a good thing. Sometimes you have bad habits and you're successful with bad habits will end up going. And so I think when I spoke to Bienemy, when I spoke to Emmett, like I thought this was a great fit. Because again, you're going to have a guy that's going to be able to do all these things that you're looking for, right? While Mahomes is getting better, right? Now I know they're going to say Patrick is coming back.
Yeah,
week
still
one,
wouldn't mind running the ball though. I mean, early
run
on, for
the
sure.
ball.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny. I got a story that goes with yours. Obviously, EB wasn't in the building last year, but around December was when Veach was picking specific position groups for the scouts to start looking at. You know, sometimes it's DBs, sometimes it's, hey, let's take an extra look at this group. Running back was obviously one that he said, let's take an extra look at this group. And there was a group of them that started going, man, this Emmett Johnson kid, like, and that was in December. They started feeling it a little bit in terms of where it was at, and then they didn't think he'd fall to where he was, so they trade up and get him. I wanted to ask you just, what's his early role? Is it a receiving back? Is it like he can catch the ball?
He's gonna be receiving.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be third down back. I think because Kenneth Walker can do everything too, right? Kenneth Walker can play third down back. I just think that you're going to have a two-back system, right?
Yeah.
Where he may get a series, he may get a couple carries throughout the course of the game, but he's going to be utilized. And so I don't know if necessarily, because let's remember, Kansas City, they don't run option routes with running backs. That's not that's not what they do. Right, they run crossers. Kelsey gets to run whatever he wants to do and get open, all that. But if we're running the football and we want to have an explosive running game, we need to have two guys. Again, look at what Chicago was able to do in year one under Ben Johnson. Look what the Seattle Seahawks did, right? Like two running backs. You're starting to see everybody wants these running backs because if you have two of them, right, when one can wear down the defense, the other one can be explosive, or vice versa, however you want to do it. But I think that they're going to lean on that running game and lean on getting that offensive line going forward a little bit more.
But do you know that with Andy Reid in this offense and Eric Bieniemy, in the past when they had it like a Shady McCoy, when they had someone that they felt comfortable running those routes and catching the ball cleanly out of the backfield, so is that one of these guys that they can get back to having an option route, having an option or you know, the old play Texas
That's
angle.
Call, Steve.
Can they run a Texas angle? Because you want to be able to have that running back in there that doesn't tip the defense of, hey, they're possibly running a pass play because now they have that versatile receiving.
I feel
that was Seattle's
MJD
defense.
was the last time that they had somebody like that was McKinnon, where they really trusted him in terms of catching the ball.
McKinnon, I thought Jamal Charles, they did a great job with Jamal.
Yep.
Jamal was awesome.
But that was before. That was before they had Patrick, though.
Yeah,
that
was
McKinnon's
before,
the only
right?
one
So,
with Patrick, where Patrick trusted him to run
McKinnon.
stuff.
McKinnon was kind of the only one, and so I think you have two of those guys now. And I go back to why Seattle won last year was because there wasn't a difference if Charbonnet was in or Kenneth Walker was in. There wasn't a difference. Yeah. It was literally they ran the same plays. The only difference, and I told people this because again, you know, the Rams played them 3 times, lost 2 of them, is Kenneth Walker will take a play front side and cut it all the way back. He will wind that thing all the way back, so he makes your defense have to play sound defense. Charbonnet, if it's supposed to go right, he's going to go right. Right? He's not going to cut it all the way back. And so I think that's going to be interesting to see how Kenneth Walker and Emmett Johnson work. Does Emmett take a little bit of that Kenneth Walker and cut it back and kind of makes the defense play whole? Or is he going to be, you know, again, I'm going to tell you, again, I've played for Eric Bieniemy. You know, he had some choice words for me my freshman year when I took an outside zone to the right. I cut it back left and went 90, and I was celebrating. I was happy, and he told the defense, you know, if he does that again, do something to him. I didn't appreciate that because I just went 90. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But
old school coach.
He's very stickler on doing things a certain way. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I think they have 2 really good running backs that can go.
He texted me yesterday, by the way, EB, and said, I told him we were doing this, and he was like, love him, wired the right way, instinctive football player, great feel for how he plays, tell MJD I said hello. him. There you go.
Yeah, that's my guy. He
That's your
called me.
guy.
He calls me at the worst times and expects me to stop what I'm doing. And then when Andy Reid calls him, he goes, "I got to get off the phone."
Yeah.
Yeah, generally,
Two-way street.
generally they only call us when we're on television because they think this is pre-recorded.
No question.
Yeah, but
No
it has that red dot and the LIVE live right there.